It's not like you cannot ace your interview questions. It's just that you've been preparing for it wrongly. And that is why in this video, I'm going to be teaching you 10 compulsory interview questions and how to answer them professionally. And at the end of this video, you'd be smiling and waiting for that interview schedule. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so we're going to start from the first question. Tell me about yourself. So this is a question that interviewers love asking. Tell me about yourself. So whenever you hear tell me about yourself, don't start talking about where you come from, what you eat, your favorite meal, your favorite clothes, your favorite colors. No, nobody wants to hear that. So if you answer this question properly, believe me that this might be your ticket to getting the job. Now, this is a very vital question during an interview. Tell me about yourself. Give a clear, concise, and compelling outline of who you are and what you have achieved. Please, we are talking about you career wise. We are not talking about you in your home, you know, your religion or whatever. We don't want to hear that. So we need to know about your career path. All right. Let your interviewer see something about your personality and interest and explain to them why you believe that you're the person they're looking for. However, avoid too much personal detail at this stage. Don't go too personal. I'm a single mom. I have 5 kids. I'm a single dad. It's difficult for me to feed. Come on, that is too personal. Keep it professional, maintain your career path, maintain your career talks, and that is just it. Instead, focus on the key skills and experience that you have that are relevant to this job. Okay, if you know you're applying for a job for the role of a customer service representative, please do all you can to focus on that path. If you want to talk about other activities or other career activities, they should be related to what you do as a customer service representative, something like a customer success manager. Okay, so it's related. So do not give examples or do not talk about unrelated niches. A good tactic is to discuss your present, past, and future. Start by summarizing your current position, then fill in details about the skills that you've gained from previous roles. Finally, explain how this new job represents your ideal next step. If possible, include 1 or 2 specific measurable achievements, such as improvements that you've delivered or performance targets that you've exceeded. Use this question as an opportunity to demonstrate how you are ideally suited to this role and show your confidence and enthusiasm from the start. Be very confident when you're going for your interview or while answering your interview questions. Be very confident. When you ask the question, comport yourself and respond to the interviewer as if you were educating the interviewer, talking about your experiences, your core competencies. Be bold enough to talk about the things that you have done, the things you have achieved so far in your career path. Do not worry, even if you're an entry level applicant, there are a lot of experiences that you may bring to the table. Like, you just finished from school. What are the things you've done, the standout things you did while you were at school? Of course, that is why I do advise entry level applicants to go for internships. Okay, so look for intern roles, apply, do jobs, do voluntary jobs for people just to have experience. It helps. So you get to talk about what you do with confidence, a whole lot of confidence, and it helps you a lot. So let's dive right into the answer. Okay, I'm an executive virtual assistant with over 3 years of experience in assisting administrators and C-level executives to schedule meetings, coordinate tasks, log calls and meetings, manage email and calendars, set and send reminders, etc. Working as an executive administrative virtual assistant has given me the age to meet and interact with different people, familiarize myself with different digital tools like Trello, Calendly, ClickUp, Slack, Google Workspace, etc. Solve problems, communicate effectively, help to improve the general productivity of past clients, and also improve my well-being as a person. I have achieved a dashing milestone for an organization by speeding up your productivity, by meeting deadlines, entering data accurately, saving the company from going bankrupt because of paying attention to detail, and also leading the team of virtual assistants to a great peak. I aim to improve as I gather more experience to work better and more swiftly as an administrative executive virtual assistant, and also keep impacting the businesses under my assistance. Now, that was not too much, and that was not extra. So I successfully highlighted my core competencies, not just highlighting but discussing. And I didn't just waste my interviewer's time. I went right straight to it. I talked about it and I moved on. So when you're responding to this question, please think about it before you go for an interview. Make sure you prepare for your interview. Don't just get up and go for an interview hoping to win, hoping for the best. Okay, fine, you may be so knowledgeable about things, but I believe you should write things down, talk about things, practice whatever it is you want to practice. It helps you too. Okay. Okay, so I think, okay, this is a second answer. I am a customer service representative with over 5 years of experience working for startups, tech companies, individuals, and real estate companies as both a contract freelance customer service representative and a full-time customer service representative. My duties as a customer service representative are to ensure that customers are offered continuous support via email, phone, and online chat to improve customer loyalty to the brand and enhance customer retention and satisfaction. Working as a contract and full-time customer service representative for brands has widened my expertise in customer care and complaints management, which has helped me improve customer relationships in these organizations while also fueling my passion for effective customer service. I aim to keep learning more industry standard tools that help manage customer relationships, as I already have expertise in Zendesk, HubSpot, Intercom, and Freshdesk CRM tools. So yes, so here you're just boldly, sweetly talking about your achievements, your career, and all that. Okay, so let's head to the second question. Why do you want to work for this company? Yes. In this question, demonstrate your knowledge of the company, its history, where it is going in the future, and what its priorities are right now. Now, before embarking on this interview journey, I call it a journey because, of course, you're looking for a job and it's not an easy task. Please do research about the company you're applying to work with. Carry out an extensive company research. There are various ways for you to do your research. You can go on LinkedIn, you can go on Google. All you need to do is find out relevant things about this company, their present, what are they doing right now, their products or services, their goals, their aims and objectives, their achievements, their staff. Look up a whole lot of things about the company. Then you would know why you want to work for that company. Find out if it's a Fortune 500 company. Is it a B2B? Is it a small scale company? A startup, tech? What kind of industry? So when you're able to to discover or research all this and you highlight them, write them down, you understand the importance of your role in that company. So as a customer service representative, you are needed in every business. For every company, you are important. Whether people sell products or provide services, a customer service representative is needed. But there are some roles that are not really needed, in in some businesses or companies. So you need to understand, and you also need to understand what your job role would be. Would I be just attending to 10 customers a day, or 1,000 customers, or 100 customers daily? So you need to understand what this company do and how they see themselves in the future, what they hope to achieve. All right. Okay, so why do you want to work for this company? Demonstrate your knowledge of the company, its history, where it's going, this blah blah blah. Okay, and make clear that your own career goals points to the same way or the same direction. Yeah. Explain how your key strengths will help the company move forward and how working there will allow you to excel. Be as specific as you can about why this company, above any other, is the best place for you to have an impact and why you're so excited to apply. Let's look at this response. As a customer service representative, working for this company will enhance the quality of customer support that is being offered because of how empathetic I am towards customers and how particular I am about ensuring that customers will be supported through email, phone, and online chat for a better customer service experience. Working for your company will also expose me to managing more customer relationships professionally and give me an edge in growing your customer base, thereby enhancing customer loyalty and customer retention. Don't forget, customer satisfaction is also very important. So you need to know your core competencies for whatever role you want to apply for. Okay, let's look at this. As an executive virtual assistant, I love managing activities and tasks. Therefore, working in a fast-paced organization, like you put the name of the company. So let's say Belgium organization or Belgium Limited. So in a fast-paced organization like Belgium Limited will give me an edge to enhance the productivity of the company, streamline workflows, and provide extensive executive and administrative support to the executive and admins. I would also love to I, I also would love to exercise my strength in time management, email management, calendar management, organizational skills, etc. to grow this company further, because as a growing company like yours, enhanced productivity will certainly lead to time management and timely product delivery, which I am certain of providing. So this, you can see that this is kind of similar to the first question that we answered, but what is the difference here? You're really talking about it. Now you need to understand that this company, if it's a real estate company, you need to look at the strength of this company and their weaknesses. What are their weaknesses? Do your research. Is it that this company is struggling with getting over 500 leads? Maybe they have their limits, their limit has always been 500 leads, and you as a sales development representative can help to exceed this limit by going far and wide, going up and down to search for more cold leads for this company. That is the research, and you're bringing results. You're telling them what you can do for the company. Now, the difference between this question and the first question is that you're talking about the things you can do for the company, how you can help that particular company to move forward. So it's mandatory, or it's essential for you to carry out a thorough company research, because when you carry out a thorough company research, you will know their weaknesses and their strengths. So if you have a company, maybe a fashion house, and you know that your fashion house, you would love to make bespoke dresses, and but you don't really have customers. The customers that are coming to you are just people who are struggling, and so you kind of, the company, let's say the executive team or members, they kind of want to, okay, they hire a sales development representative. What is your job as a sales development representative in that company? You're going to be targeting customers, audiences. You're going to have a target audience whose interests align with that of the company. So if you target a particular customer base who love bespoke dresses, they want to make something beautiful and they can spend money, then go for it. Tell them what you can do. Tell them how you hope to achieve. Just give them a hint on how you hope to achieve this. No, don't tell them everything like, hey, I'm gonna go meet this person to do that for you and do that for you. No, but at least tell them how, like, the things you can do that will help the company. Okay, let's go to the next question. Why did you leave your previous job, or why did you change roles? So if you're asked either of this question, yeah, this is what we're talking about. Depending on your reasons, this can be a tough question to answer. It's important to keep your response as confident and forward looking as possible, so that you come across as more attractive to a new employer, not less. So don't go there and start telling them that why you left your previous job role is because your boss was so wicked. You cannot even stand your boss. Your boss, no, come on, no. If you start saying that, that means you're not looking for a job. Nobody will hire you, because definitely your new boss might also be wicked, someday. So keep your sentiments aside, keep personal differences aside, and be professional about your answers. Okay, don't use this question to admit to failings. Don't go and tell them that you defrauded one company of $100 million. That is why you left the job. Nobody will hire you. Nobody will hire you. Okay. So don't use this question to admit to failings or to complain about your existing role. Or don't tell them, my salary was too small. That's why I left there. I cannot imagine myself with such a meager salary. I have a family to feed. You know, come on. Even if you dislike your current boss or department, okay, don't say anything bad. Instead, explain what you've learned and why you decided it was time to move on. Phrase your answer positively. For example, you could say that you're looking for a new challenge or want to learn a new skill. There are some companies that are limited to skills, experiences, and challenges. So if you're somebody who always loves looking at the bigger picture, hey, someday I want to become an administrative officer. I am just an executive VA today, but tomorrow I would love to become an administrative officer. That is you're dreaming big, okay? So there are companies that you work with for years and you cannot attain that particular height because they do not have the customers, they do not have the product, the services. They are just contented with what they offer, but you want something more. That is a good reason for you to leave a particular job role. Okay, don't tell them that you did something bad, that they sacked you because you stole money, or they sacked you because you're stubborn, they sacked you because you don't like working. Nobody is going to hire you. All right. So I have always been an ambitious person who loves exploring various industries and new ideas. So this could be your answer. This could be where you start your answer. I have always been an ambitious person who loves exploring various industries and new ideas. As an executive virtual assistant who has worked for executives and administrators, I enjoy taking on new challenges, and one of them is managing tasks for an organization with a heavy workload, and also enhancing my skills for the continuous growth of whichever organization I work with. So changing roles will help to drive my purpose in serving a larger organization, and also showcase my leadership and team management skills as time goes by. You're not tearing down the other company. You're not making yourself look as if you're superior. You're not doing any of those things. You're just being a person. You have ambitions. It is not wrong to have ambitions, okay? Yes, but you need to know how to place your ambition so you won't cut across as greedy or. So we have the next question here. Why should we hire you? Okay. So this is a very popular interview question. Yes, just like the first question we took, it's very popular. There are 3 points that you need to cover here. First, show that you can do the job well. Use some evidence that reflects your experience, attributes, and skills. Demonstrate your knowledge of the company and the new role to show that you'll be a good fit. Company research is vital, very important. Yes, it is. So no matter what you do, ensure that you carry out extensive company research. Finally, pull out the most impressive, relevant achievements from your career so far to set yourself apart from rival candidates. The truth is that when you're going for an interview, you're not the only person going for that interview. There are various other people there, other applicants. So you need to stand out. And how do you stand out? You need to put up your most impressive, relevant achievements, okay, from your career so far. So let's look at this answer. As a growing company with loyal customers, my expertise as a customer service representative can help your company achieve an unimaginable percentage of customer loyalty and customer retention in your organization. Customers may be difficult to handle, especially when they are irate, that's angry, therefore influencing the customer base of your organization. To avoid losing customers even when they are irate, having a trained customer service representative who is skilled in customer relationship management, customer satisfaction, customer loyalty, etc., will further enhance your customer base. My achievements as a customer service representative for previous clients have helped to shape their brand image and promote good and substantial customer service, leading to an increase in customer loyalty and customer satisfaction. Every standard, okay, so this is 2 and this is 1. Let's mark this. All right, so now what have we succeeded to say here? What we actually talked about here is why the company should hire me. Okay, why should we hire you? Of course, you need to talk about the things that will make the company want you in their circle, and that is basically the things that you can do for the company. I wouldn't want to hire someone who would just come there, cross their legs and just be staring at me without results. No. Before hiring you, I want to know what you can bring to the table. And I don't just want you to give me a one line response, like a canned response. Just give me something peculiar, something that other people are not saying. Okay, something that I need from you as a customer service representative, as a VA, as a data analyst, data entry specialist, or data entry clerk, whatever role you're playing. I need something substantial, yeah? Okay, so let's look at this second answer. This is for a VA. Every standard company needs the services of a professional admin virtual assistant because the workflow of the company's day-to-day activities depends largely on it. Look, there are various ways for you to respond to your interview questions. These are just samples. I'm just trying to explain to you the best way possible for you to answer your questions accordingly. First of all, you need to consider the company, the industry, your role, and every other things, your achievements, and all that. What I'm writing here are just samples, and of course, they may not really relate to what you do, your role, or the things you've achieved. So when you're responding to questions, infuse your personality, your career personality in them, your achievements, your career highlights, everything. Put them together and talk about it. Okay, let's go on. As an administrative virtual assistant, it is my priority to ensure that your real estate company, so let's just say this is a real estate company. Like I said earlier, these are samples, and of course, you might not even be applying for a job in a real estate company. You might be in the hospitality industry, finance, insurance, IT, and all that. Okay, in a real estate company stands out amongst others because I will always meet deadlines, schedule meetings, manage calendars and emails, log meetings and calls for future reference, prepare presentations for meetings and important business events, handle the CEO's travel bookings, and do many other tasks. My expertise has gained massive promotion for an organization that ranked below a few others in the real estate industry, and I'm certain to do more for your company if given the chance. Now, this is where you can share your screen to show you the company that, hey, I've got some work samples that I would love to show you. If they permit you, you can just take 1 or 2 minutes to scroll through your portfolio to show them what you've got. Okay, so let's just say, permit me to share my screen where I show you some of my, some samples of my work to further show you that I can do my job with a blend of expertise, experience, and passion. Okay, so all what we are saying here, I'm just trying to tell you the best approach, show you the best approach in which you can do what? Answer these interview questions. These questions are very important questions, and in order for you to answer them properly, ensure that you do your research, you carry out your extensive company research and every other thing to ensure you do a good job. Okay, the next question here is, what would your salary requirements be? Research is vital here. Go to the interview with a clear understanding of the usual salary for that particular role, and if possible, in that company. You see the importance of the company research. So if you go for an interview in a company that pays their customer service representative like maybe $100,000 in a year, and because you've not done your research, you go there and tell them that you want to collect $50,000 in a year, they will hurriedly, okay, fine. If they don't really, want to waste their time, or they'll be like, okay, I've gotten everything I want. You've responded to our questions. We've seen your certificates. We've seen your achievements. We would love to hire you. Okay, so you would be underpaid. So there are various approaches to this particular question. I always, okay, advise people to be careful when responding to this question, because sometimes you may not really know your worth at that point. Believe me. Okay. Show that you understand how the benefits extend beyond the salary. It's important for you to take note of this. Don't just go there and talk about the money, money, money. They also want to know if you're someone that can actually keep a company going apart from just the money, money. Of course, you need money and they need your services. Okay, but we're not actually making it obvious. All right, understand how the benefits extend beyond the salary, and that you're interested in knowing more about the full package on offer. If it feels right to give a specific figure, start at the higher end of the typical range. Okay, so if the typical range is like 100K, you can start at, the higher. You can start like 120. Okay, so we're just talking about a different approach here. This shows that you value your abilities highly, while also leaving room for negotiation if necessary. You can tell them that this 120K you put up here, you can actually be negotiated. All right, can actually be negotiated. If you don't want to go through all those hurdles, problems, there is another approach, and this is actually, to me, the best. Pay attention to this. I would love to know what your salary range is for the executive VAs in your organization, because as much as I want to earn, I would also love to earn within the company's range as I grow and get better with the company, leaving room for a salary increase in the future. Okay, so this doesn't make you look as if you're a gold digger, or I know we are looking for money. We all dig gold, don't we? But then it doesn't make you look, so forward and all that. And you also give them time to talk. Okay, so you're asking them come on, tell me, and they'll tell you, okay, we start. This is our payroll and all that. That's good. Okay, so with the next question, what are your weaknesses? This is one of the most commonly asked questions in a job interview, and the most challenging to answer is describe your weaknesses, or what are your weaknesses. You might go there and tell them, I don't have any weaknesses. I'm a very good person. I work hard. I'm enthusiastic. I'm this and that. We know, but you must certainly have a weakness. We all have weaknesses. No matter what you want to say, there are people have weaknesses. And there's something else I want to tell you. Just because you have a weakness does not mean you should go to the job interview and portray yourself as the devil. Don't go and portray yourself as a bad person. Nobody will hire you. Having a weakness doesn't mean that it has to be a bad weakness. There's something we call a positive weakness. Okay, there are 3 key reasons an interviewer wants you to answer questions about your weaknesses. The first thing here is self-awareness. By understanding your weaknesses relating to work, you will demonstrate self-awareness. Some people do not even know that they have a weakness, and that one is bad, because you'll be telling them, this thing you're doing, I don't really like it. This is, people keep complaining about the same thing, yet they keep deceiving themselves that they don't have a weakness, or they don't have weaknesses. Okay, so you're not self-aware. When you're self-aware, you will know that you have a lot of weaknesses, or some weaknesses. How you deal with weaknesses. The second reason flows out of the first. If you don't even know that you have a weakness, how will you know how to deal with it? You get my point. So now you know that you have a weakness or weaknesses. How do you deal with it? How do you mitigate any negative consequences? So first of all, you need to identify that you have a weakness. After identifying that self-awareness, you now talk about how to deal with it. Finally, what have you learned from being aware and dealing with it? So this question, you can actually use the STAR method to answer this question. So what is the STAR method? The STAR method here is just, one of those methods you use to respond or answer interview questions extensively, give real extensive um answers as if you're discussing the answers. It's just like having a copywriting formula, okay, where you used to give, write your copies very well. So the STAR method here helps you to identify problems. You take the interviewer on a journey of how you were able to identify a problem, what you did after identifying the problem, the actions you took, and the results. So the S here in the STAR stands for situation, the situation that you were in. So if you're responding to any interview question, most interview questions, always try as much as possible to put in one or two live examples, okay? Don't tell me you don't have an experience. Like I said, we all have experiences. If you've worked for somebody as an intern, if you've worked as a voluntary worker, even in your house, you manage your activities, you wake up in the morning, you carry out your duties, you have one experience or the other. So if you're an entry-level applicant, you can talk about the things that you have done, relating to your niche, your role, okay, and go for it. So the S here stands for the situation that you were in. The T stands for the task that you had to accomplish. So if you were in a particular, okay, let's say you had to accomplish a task, or maybe you were given an email management task, okay. The situation that you were in, what was the situation? Oh, you mistakenly deleted some emails, or some emails were missing, and you opened, or you when you opened the email box, your boss's email box, you found out that some important emails were missing, and you just opened the email that time to manage the emails, and that was a mess. That should be a very messy situation, because you don't even know how to pull yourself out of it. So that is an interesting example. The interviewer wants to know how you got out of it, okay, the actions that you took. Okay, you started doing your research to know, or your troubleshooting to know how the emails got missing. You started asking other people who managed the emails before you checked the trash, you started doing a lot of stuff, and you were able to do what? Recover the emails. And the successful result, the result there is that you were able to recover the emails, okay. And you can also learn a lesson as part of the results, okay. What could be your lesson? Your lesson could be that you learned that it is important not to delete emails from the trash, because you may actually be in need of those emails sooner or later. It could be that you mistakenly deleted an important email, and you go to the trash, the recycle bin, to get it, okay, to restore it. So that could be a result, that could be a lesson that you learned. So the STAR method is just, just a method that takes you as a job applicant deeper. It takes you to answering questions deeper during an interview stage. You answer your questions extensively, you give properly detailed answers. You don't just go there and just give a one-line response. No. So the STAR method helps a whole lot. So let's say we want to use a STAR method to answer this question: what are your weaknesses? Okay, so finally, what have you learned from being away and dealing with it? If it's not obvious, a recruiter needs to know that you can identify where you might be falling short or could improve. They'll want to know how you deal with it and learn from it, and rather than badging on, annoying your colleagues and not improving. Some people do not want to improve. They want to keep being wicked. They want to keep having flaws. They are not self-aware. They don't even think they have a problem. Okay. So how to answer questions about weaknesses? There are two key takeaways here. First, keep it work related, or at least related to work. And second, keep it positive. This is very important. Please don't go there and spill your gut out. Don't go there and tell your interviewer that you your previous place of work, you were so stubborn, nobody could talk to you, you would talk back, you would insult everybody. Just because you were asked of your weakness, nobody will hire you. If you are tackling the weakness and learning from it, your reply should be, by definition, be positive. What weaknesses should I use? This is a challenge. What weaknesses should I use? The behavior or trait may not in and of itself be a weakness, but the result may be. So here is an example. You can say that I pay far too much attention to detail. That is a weakness. Why is it a weakness? It's a good thing that you're doing, but the results might be disastrous. If you pay too much attention to detail, you might miss out on the project delivery time. That is a problem. But paying attention to detail is a good thing. But the result, if you do it too much with excess, the results might be disastrous. Because you might end up not delivering the project on time, and the company might be angry, your boss might be angry, and a whole lot of things. So the result might be that sometimes more time is spent on a project than is needed. And also, it doesn't mean that you submit project late. It doesn't mean that you do not submit project at all, or you submit it after the deadline. No, it can simply mean that you spend too much time. Like, let's say the usual time that you as a person might work on a project could be like 24 hours, but because you spend too much time paying too much attention to details, instead of just doing it basically, you do it very well and move on. You want to still confirm, you want to still ask other people to confirm, and before you know it, time has gone, or time is going, and you have a limited time left. If you do not submit on time, the delivery time will be off. Or okay, so that's a bad thing, but in a good way. You're doing something good. I hope you understand. Don't go there and tell them that you did this and did that in your company. No, it's worth taking time to think about your past behaviors and how people at work have reacted. That way you will uncover possible weaknesses. Even if you didn't deal with it, think about how you could, and think about what you have learned. Be positive. It's important to choose positive weaknesses, such as I can be overly critical of team members who aren't pulling their weight. This is all these things I'm saying. I'm infusing answers in between. Now, being overly critical, you might just see somebody and they'll be like, you're not really doing this job. Why? What's going on? You're taking too much time on this job. You don't like seeing people look as if they're taking too much time. You're doing something good, but if you do it too much, it's a problem, because you don't even know what that person is going through. You don't know if they're done with their jobs. You don't know if they delegated their tasks to someone else. You don't know the backstory. You don't care about the backstory, because you look at them and, why are they so lazy? Why are they not working? You're overly critical. Okay, all right. I deal with this by listening to them and understanding where they are. Please, when you put out a situation, talk about the action you took. Talk about the action you took. Remember, we're talking about the STAR method. We're using the STAR method here to respond to this question. You can use the STAR method for any question you like. It has no limits, okay, to whatever question you want to use it for. So here, we are talking about the STAR method. And remember that when you outline a problem, you need to give us a solution. How did you resolve that problem? That is what the STAR method is all about. How were you able to resolve this problem? What did you learn? So now, this is an ideal example. I can be overly critical of team members who aren't pulling their weight. That means they're not doing their jobs the way they ought to do their jobs. I deal with this by listening to them and understanding where they are. I have learned that we all work at different paces. So the way you deal with it, or you can say that you deal with it by, talking to your team leader. That is also a way of dealing with it. Talking to your team leader, or complaining to your team leader about what you have observed about other team members, that aren't pulling their weight, doing their jobs. And of course, the team leader, called a meeting, called everybody together to know what the problem was, and each team member spoke on their weaknesses and their strengths. And from then on, only tasks that they found they could do were assigned to them, and nothing else. Okay, so everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. So because of that meeting, because of that gathering, the team leader actually found out that, okay, Mr. James, or James, has his weaknesses and strengths, and of course he doesn't know how to do this, but he can do this better than this person. So from then on, Mr. James was given only this other task, because that is where his strength lies. His weaknesses um lies in the other task, and they had to delegate the task to someone else who also finds strength in doing something like that. So you're just trying to explain what happened, how you got over it, how you helped people, or how you resolved the issue and all that. So this could be a weakness for you, that you are overly critical of team members. You know, when you find people not doing their jobs, you it bothers you, you want to, you do it, you overdo it. It could be a weakness, and you can say it. You overdo it because you want the growth of the company, but you know, you just, you think, you believe you go extra mile to report to the higher authorities, you know, the higher bodies, to look into the problem, even when other people just overlooked it. But you don't like overlooking, you love talking about it, you love finding out the issue. Why are these people doing this? And you feel it's a weakness to you, because at some point other team members would be feeling as if you're overly critical of them without even knowing if that is where their strength lies or not. And you now cite that example that we just finished here. Okay, that hey, this is what happened to so time when I was working at so company. It might not even be a real company, or it might just be like that you were working for yourself. If you own a business, of course you have a lot of experience. Okay, so that is just it. Okay, so you have brainstormed your weaknesses, got a killer reply, and then the interviewer says, can you give an example at work where this has happened? So if, without, let's say you didn't even give an example first, but you talk about how you are overly critical of team members, you know, and your interviewer asks you, okay, that's good. Can you tell us, you know, give us an instance, where did this happen, or how did you get through it? That is when you specifically outline what we just finished saying, that there was a company you worked for, or that there was this organization or this project you were handling, and team members were just too sluggish, you overlooked for some time, but you couldn't bear it anymore, and you took a drastic action by reporting to the team leader, you know, and that's just it. And the team leader called a meeting, blah blah blah. We've already talked about that. So that is it. Okay, so always prepare an example, even if it is slightly edited from a real life situation. Ideally, include it in your original reply. Very important. Conclusion: interviewers want to know you are self-aware. They don't want somebody who is perfect, because there is no perfect person. Don't tell them you don't have flaws. We all have flaws. Know how to deal with your weaknesses and learn. Keep it work related. Prepare and practice in advance. Be positive. Have examples ready. Okay, what is your greatest professional achievement? This is our next question. Now, the best example that you can give here will be something that relates to the job you're applying for. Like I said earlier, don't apply let's say you're applying for a customer service role, or a sales development representative role, and you start talking about unrelated things. No, it doesn't make sense. Let everything be related to your niche. Think of an achievement that you're genuinely proud of. That's where you will show your passion for the job, your high professional standards, and a clear understanding of what real achievement means in your field. Please, if you've not had any professional achievement, maybe you've not worked anywhere, please do not be bothered. Okay, do not be disturbed about how to respond to this question. The best way for you to respond to this question is think of something you've actually done in real life. Of course, we are humans, and there is no way you've not done something that, you know, got people talking about it in a positive way. It could be at school, you know, anywhere. So infuse it into a work role, a professional environment. All right, infuse it into a professional environment. Prepare a few examples so that you can choose one that showcases something that you haven't had a chance to address yet, and explain it to them using the STAR method. Okay, let's look at this example. I once worked for a company that was in severe debt as a result of common error by their past administrative VA. I helped the company recover years of losses by strictly leading a team of virtual assistants to pay more attention to detail during financial data entry, and assigning more tasks to individuals to cover and meet deadlines. At the end of it all, the figures started adding up and productivity heightened, which impressed the CEO and admin team enough to promote me to the team leader position. I also learned that paying attention to detail and working passionately can help boost the productivity of a company. Now, this is another one. While working for my previous clients, I convinced an irate customer to patronize the company. Irate means angry, angry customer. I tamed the irate customer who had threatened to go to another company for the bulk purchase of our power bank product. The irate customer complained about not getting her previous delivery on time, and that was why she got upset and threatened to leave. I immediately calmed her down with a beautiful apology, empathized with her situation at the time, and also actively listened to the complaint and told her that I would personally have the items delivered to her within 24 hours. I learned how effective active listening and empathy are for a customer service representative who aims to support customers effectively and retain customers. This act led to my being promoted to head a particular complaints team. Now, remember, we are using the STAR method, and if you look at all this, it relates to the STAR method. But what is this STAR method? I've said it and said it, and I'm still going to say it again. Talk about just like having a topic. Okay, let's look at this. While working for my previous clients, I convinced an irate customer to patronize the company. This is the topic. I tamed the irate customer who threatened to go to another company for bulk purchase of power. Okay, so this is the situation here. I immediately calmed her down with a beautiful apology, empathized with her. Yeah. So this is task / action. All right. And this one, the results. This is also the results. So you can see we have a beautiful STAR method infused. Okay, so the next question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? This is an amazing compulsory interview question. Make it clear that this isn't the first time you've considered this question. Have an answer ready that is positive and ambitious, but also realistic in terms of where this job could take you. Always be realistic. Don't make it sound as if you are so ambitious. In fact, you are more ambitious than the owner of the company you're working with. You can even be more ambitious than everybody in the company, but don't show it. Don't make it look as if you're overly ambitious. Be realistic, set realistic goals. That is what they want to hear. Okay. One approach is to think about the skills and experience that you would like to gain. Then describe what those improvements might mean for you in 5 years. This emphasizes your commitment to the new role and demonstrates how you'd make the most of it for the organization as well as yourself. It's great to mention longer term aspirations, but don't say anything that suggests you're not committed to the job at hand first. Don't go and tell them that I see myself in 5 years in Canada with my family, with my children, my husband, my wife. I see, like I'm not saying you shouldn't travel or whatever, but when your goals are not realistic and they are not related to what your job role at that point, it's looking as if you don't want to last with them. You don't want to last, don't want to work for a long time. Yes, they want to know if you want to work for a long time and what do you hope to achieve in this company? What do you hope to gain here? So let's answer this. As an executive virtual assistant, I hope to improve on my core competencies, which will allow me to be open to many opportunities like managing a team, training new executive VAs, onboarding new applicants in my field, and just learning to make a solid impact while supporting executives and administrators. So this is just you talking about something that is relevant, and you can also relate, to your niche, to your field. All right. Okay, so the next question is, what's your dream job? This is a chance to describe some exciting long-term plans while also positioning yourself perfectly for the role on offer. Your dream job should be an ambitious one, but you don't have to be too specific. Instead, focus on what your perfect job would let you achieve, especially the strengths that you'd be able to use, the responsibilities you'd have, and the sort of impact you'd hope to make. Use your answer to emphasize your interests, values, and high expectations you have of yourself. Try to show that the job you're applying for would move you toward your ideal role and maybe even become your dream job in time. Let's answer this. My dream job is to move up the ladder of a successful career role from an executive virtual assistant to an administrative officer who directly handles core office activities for the executives and company at large. So let's say as a customer service representative, your dream job could be becoming a customer success manager who onboards customers, train customer representatives and all that. So let it be related to your field. The next and last question here is, how did you hear about the position? No matter how you heard about it, emphasize what it was about the role that interested and excited you. This is also an opportunity to highlight your professional connections and to explain any existing links with the company that fueled your desire to apply. I came across the job ad on LinkedIn while going through Mr. John's post, and I immediately developed an interest in the job role because my core competencies as a customer service representative matched the job role excellently. And I wouldn't want to miss an opportunity to work with such a reputable firm as yours that prioritizes their customers and professionalism. Overall, show that you're well informed about your industry. That is your role, your job role. You should be well informed. So that you will be able to defend yourself. Okay. Organize in your approach to career development. You are eager to develop your career, and you're not also ready to miss out on any opportunities. So we've come to the end of our video on 10 compulsory interview questions, and I'm sure that by now you are excitedly applying for that dream job so you would ace your interview with style. If you found this video interesting, please give us a thumbs up, share this video, comment on this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, ring the notification bell so you'd be notified whenever I drop new and amazing videos just like this one. Thank you.